English is a little hard, but
Yeah.
but I try my best. Yeah, that was the closest thing I had in like interview wise. That's the only thing.
What,
Yeah.
like, was it about like dental
Yes,
related
yeah,
things?
yes,
Okay.
yes. Of course. There was a all dentistry topics
Okay.
about dentistry. Yeah.
What do you miss most about Peru?
Food.
You don't
I
even
should
have to
have
think about
said
that.
family
You
first, right?
don't even have to think about that.
My family, of course. I had to say that.
Yeah. What
My
family do you
family.
have in Peru?
My father is still there.
Okay.
My mom, she just went to Peru yesterday.
Oh, fun.
Nice. So she's going to be there 3 weeks, and but she lives here.
Okay.
My dad, he's there. He's
Okay.
a lawyer. He has his own things, but yep,
What
I
brought
miss
you here?
there. Love
Okay. Tell me about that.
my husband. So um, I'm gonna cry. So that's gonna happen for sure at any time here.
Tissues, please.
Yeah, my husband was dropping me off, and he's like, "I just
Don't
want to tell
cry.
you, yeah, yeah." No, he said, "I just want to tell you that you are amazing, and I love you so much, that you're stunning, and all that
So y'all
stuff."
have only been together for like 3 months, right?
I'm sorry.
You've only been together for 3 months, right?
My husband, no, that's a good one. I'm like, wait a minute. So, no, it's gonna be 11 years
Wow.
next week,
Nice. That's amazing.
and he just told me, and I said, I forgot to bring my tissue. He was ready, and I
Yeah.
like so. Yes, love. So I met him on a plane
Okay.
when I was going to. I was coming back from continuing education
Okay.
in Miami Beach, and going back to Peru. So he was going on a vacation trip. So he was going through all South America.
Nice.
So he was next to me. That the weather was awful. The plane was like a lot of. It was shaky.
Yeah.
That was really bad. And I was like, okay. But then he's like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I never imagined, never. I didn't think about coming to the States to work as a dentist, not at all. So I was pretty successful in Peru, my own dental practice, and I was working for 3 more dental practices, and I was all good.
Yeah.
But then we started, to chatting, and then he left in Bogota, and then I kept going to Peru. Then we exchanged cards, and he's like, "Are you a dentist?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's a dental partner at that time, meaning he was in a business industry of,
Yeah.
dental business
Running
industry,
the
running,
practices.
practices and a lot of doctors and everything. He's like, "Wow," but never imagined. So then he we connect for that was like 2 years or 3 years, connecting emails like one,
Yeah.
and then we he said, so I had to come here to visit University of Maryland, and then I went there for 6 months. I stay here in in Maryland, and then he was visiting. He was living in Ohio at that time, and he was visiting. He was driving every weekend, just to get a coffee, and then from Ohio to Maryland, just to get a coffee. And then I didn't know where Ohio was. I didn't know anything about it.
But you're telling me that he drove there
He
just to
drove
get a coffee so
with
that he
me.
could run into you. Oh,
Yes.
so you guys
No,
had planned.
we planned. But again, friends, all friends.
That's a very good
I
friend.
didn't understand at that time. So I'm telling you, it's like 15, 18 years ago. I'm like,
That's
I just,
commitment.
right. My friend made me realize that. I didn't even know. So
How many hours is that?
I think it was 8 hours.
Because like you realize that he drives 8 hours,
But I didn't
16,
know.
just to see you.
Yeah, but I didn't know. I didn't know the map of United States at
Yeah.
that time. I'm Peruvian. I'm Latina.
Yeah.
I know Colombia, Brazil, Ecuador. I know where
Yeah.
it is. But I didn't know. I was focused on my training here.
Yeah.
And then my friend's like, "Do you know where is Ohio?" I'm like, "Cleveland." I'm like, "No."
Oh, like 30 minutes
She
away.
pulled him up, and she's like, "Look at this." I'm like, "Is he driving like every?" I'm like, and she's like, "Yeah, just you have to realize something." And then I realized, but I had to go back to my country, to Peru. So then he's like, months pass, and then seems like things were like a little different.
Yeah.
And then long story short, we got together. Like, he visited me in Peru several times. He went to my practices. He saw how I was working. He just like, okay.
Did he give you any tips at least?
No, he was pretty quiet on the
He knew where his
reception
place
area.
was,
Yeah,
just
he
stay
was like
quiet.
so quiet. I'm like, he saw my patients leave from the operatory room, and then and then at the end he just told me, I have been working with dentists for so many years. I have never ever saw a child crying leaving your office. Like,
Wow, yeah.
he was the kid was on tears because he just wanted to be with me more time, like
Oh, how
enjoying, like,
funny. Not because he was scared of
no,
you,
he
because he
was
wanted
not
to
scared.
stay
He
with
wanted to
you.
stay with me. I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave. And that's something that probably he's like, wow, I love it, love it.
Yeah.
So, and it all of those things.
Yeah.
And then years after, we decided to be dating, to start dating.
Yeah.
So I was still in Peru with my practices, and then he came at visit sometimes. Like, it was kind of a long distance relationship.
Yeah.
Always flowers,
Yeah.
every month flowers from him.
Yeah.
And then we decided to have a relationship finally. So, and we
That was
decided to
11
get
years
married
ago?
11 years ago,
And
like
how many,
probably 12, because we were engaged for a year.
and then how many kids do you have now? Just
I
one
have
daughter?
one, yes,
Okay,
one
awesome.
daughter.
She's 6.
Yes, she's 6. Yeah.
What would you say has been like your most, besides this amazing journey of finding the love of your life, what would you say is one of the most profound aha, oh my gosh moments since 12 years ago? Like, since your whole journey, traveling here, falling in love, learning the culture, just everything.
When I finally got my license as a dentist in the United States of America,
What did that feel like?
it was amazing. I told you I would cry.
You're a
Um,
pretty crier, though.
So, I'm a foreign trained dentist. I love what I do.
Sarah, would you mind grabbing some
Oh my
tissues?
gosh, I'm sorry. You see, this is all my
No,
fault.
no, 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 you're good.
Are you
You're
okay,
good.
Lil?
No, no, you're
Okay.
good.
I forgot the tissues.
No, you're
I
okay.
should-
It's
Okay.
okay. You're foreign trained.
I'm a foreign trained. I finished dental school in 03.
Okay.
I started dentistry when I was 16 years old. I went through all the tests, examinations, and all that stuff. Thank you.
Just in case. Just
Yeah. Okay. Is that
keep
okay?
it.
So I got so I finished when I was 21, and then I was working really hard, and then I was in my 10th year after I finished the school of dentistry in Peru. So when I came here, as a foreign trained, you are nobody in a foreign country, foreign language, totally different. I'm fluent in Spanish, is my natural tongue, but here it was totally different. I was used to be independent.
Yeah.
Drive my car, go to my practices. I had my routine, gym, yoga, and all that stuff. When I came here, I was depending on my husband. So I changed marital status, and I was now professional. So something that my parents always, put in my brain, it's just my culture. You have to choose a career. So I wanted to be a dentist since I was 12 years old with my orthodontist. She was amazing. So I'm like, I want to be here. I want to be here. So then anyway, when you come to the States, your title, your license, it's nothing.
Yeah.
So you have to go through all the training again. And I was not young. I was not 20, and then I had to go, I was 23. So don't tell you. So, and then I had to restart.
Yeah.
Then there were so many things happen in that little that a few years,
Yeah.
to get that license. So the time that I got the license in my hands, I couldn't believe. I said, I did it.
How'd you celebrate?
Oh my gosh. Just pray a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. And I was thankful to God. And my husband, my parents, I couldn't have done any of this without my husband and my parents.
Yeah.
They helped me a lot. There was one time that my husband's like, it's okay, you can give up, it's okay. I was studying for my boards because you have two, it used to be, now it's different. So two national boards, one regional board, which is a lot. The national boards used to be 2 days, one day 8 hours and 30 minutes of exam, and the other day was 4 hours and 30 minutes. So like, yeah,
Yeah,
you just
it's a
do the
lot.
math, it's like 12 hours. So, and then the regional boards with the patients, it was like so stressful and everything.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't believe to do it that again.
Yeah.
Then I had to go to the residency, which it was amazing. It was an amazing experience in Mercy Health in Ohio.
Okay.
Then I met wonderful people. I got my license after so many years.
What would you give advice to somebody who is traveling? Because I hear that story a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
Is I was a doctor, I was an engineer, I was a scientist in my home country. I come here and I have absolutely no credentials. I'm working at Target or Walmart until I can, just so I can support my family, until I can go through that whole process again. Like, what type of advice would you give about staying modest, or about, I don't even know. What would you say to somebody who is like in the thick of it right now?
Be humble. Um, when I came, I realized, so there is a little story about it. So I came from Peru, South America, to Ohio, Cleveland, Ohio, and a polar vortex in 2012.
Nice.
It was nice. So I was in the apartment. My husband was working, and I said I had to do something. I want to be a dentist. I need to volunteer at least. I want to be with my dental people. So I took a metro, and then I left 2 blocks earlier. Okay, 2 blocks
Oh,
before
you were supposed to get off. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I was going to Case Western Reserve University just to give my services for free or shadowing or do something. And then I left 2 blocks earlier. I left the bus. I was with my long jacket, and I'm petite. Look at me. So I was walking, and I
In the
literally
polar
felt,
vortex.
yes,
Okay.
yes, I was the only one out. So I felt like a hand that was pushing me like back, just pushing me
And
back.
it wasn't the wind, but
No, no, yes, it was a wind. Yes,
but
yes,
it felt
it
like
was
a
a wind. I
hand.
felt like a hand, and
Yeah.
then the wind was like all shooting at me, and all that snow was on my face, and I keep walking. In my mind, I said, Giannina, nobody sent you here. You took the decision to follow love. So just embrace it. Keep going, embrace it. This is my goal. This is your goal. You have to do it. So I kept walking and walking, and finally arrived to University Hospitals, which is near to Case. And I went. It was all wet, and then the assistant of the dean, she's like, "What are you doing here?" She have never met me in her life, and I said, I just want to give you my CV, and then I really wanted to volunteer here or shadow or something. I'm a dentist from South America, and then I wanted to just be with you guys.
You're like, I might have hypothermia right now,
Right,
but
I
if you
was
could
just,
please just accept this.
I was on fire.
Yeah.
So I didn't feel like cold at all. I was on fire because I was determined to do it.
Yeah.
So, and she's like, of course, could you just stay here? And then I then my husband called and said, "Where are you?" I said, "At Case." "What are you doing out?" And so and so. And I said, "It's okay. I can go back by bus." "No, no, no. I will pick you up." He leave work and he got to pick me up and took me back. Like, what happened? I need to do something. I really wanted to be a dentist. We already talked about. So, but it's not that way. There's so many ways to do things. Well, my English was not as it was not good. I'm still working on it.
Yeah.
But it was different like 11 years ago. But I got it. So I received a phone call days after, like, "You are accepted. Just come shadow." And I'm
Nice.
like, yes, just putting my scraps up and then just going there and feeling the hospital environment. That's my thing, that I love it. I love to do dentistry. 20 years after, I still love to do dentistry. I love my patients. I love the connections. They are a lot to me, that just that build this strong relationship. Like it just means a lot to me.
Your story is so powerful. Just gives me like such goosebumps for how much passion you have for not just your profession, but just like the motivation behind all of it. That's amazing.
Thank you. So that's the main thing. I would say stay humble. Don't give up. There's so many things that are going to happen. That's for sure. Life is not easy.
I could see you, if they didn't accept you, I could see you opening up a little corner shop, free dental checkups.
I will. I will if I would if it's not I was not allowed to touch any patient to be a dentist in this country.
Not U.S. license, but we'll check for cavities and give you a good cleaning.
I can give you a professional opinion how to brush your teeth. Let's do it. Let's floss. So yes, it was that. It's that, and then there is so many people. Yes, as you said, just keep going. Determination. I was so determined to do it, to get my things done, to conquer.
What resources do you have off the top of your head for people, not necessarily just for the dental world, but just overall? Did you run into something where you're like, thank God there was this resource here that helped me get through this part in my life?
My husband.
Was he available for everybody that needs help?
He was available for a lot, for good things, bad things, for everything,
So just kind of finding your person.
Yes. Like it means a lot. If somebody believes in you and support you and is there every single time that you want to cry.
Yeah.
You want to cry because somebody treated you weird, and then you're just so upset, so uncomfortable. How dare this person is treating me this way? I am a doctor. How dare, But here, stay humble.
Yeah.
Keep it calm. You don't know if this person had problems or you don't know. I'm blessed every day. Some days are good, and other days are amazing.
Yeah.
But just have to understand some people. But it's tough. It's tough.
So to find your person, get on a flight from Miami to Peru. And you might run into your person.
Yeah. Well, I now I know your question. So it's I found him.
First of all, what's his name? We've been talking about
Andy.
him the entire time. You have to at least give him a shout out. Andy. Okay.
Yes. Andy McBryde. Yes. Andy. Okay. That's my husband. He is my husband. Yes.
Very cool. All right. So in terms of resources, because our audience are business professionals, Loudoun County, Northern Virginia listeners, what top books or what top programs helped you in business? Is there something besides Andy?
Okay. I'm going to mention him in a minute.
Okay. Are there any resources, books, or programs that helped you?
I would say there's a lot. I would say I watch a lot of YouTube videos. So in dental school you learn the skills, right? But nobody teaches you how to do how to manage your business. It's really hard. It's really tough to be a clinician and at the same time do the administrative part, the marketing and all that stuff. So get a person to do all of that for you, because if you don't want to burn out, if you want to be happy doing what you are doing. So Andy
right on cue, Andy.
so he is the business side of my business. He's the one who does all of that stuff. I'm so happy, blessed to have him, because I can dedicate my entire time just to my clinical skills, to my patients. you can outsource, you can hire someone, to do that, and then it's going to be light on you, it's going to be much better on you. You don't have to think about anything, since the answer machines, like, and the marketing area or all that stuff. I'm a kind of the clinical side. I do instruments, materials, and all that stuff, but I don't take care of the marketing side or all the um, administrative stuff, insurances, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I
It
would
can
be
feel overwhelming, right? I know.
it
I
could
get
be
it.
it could be overwhelming. Books. I mean, there's so many books out there.
Is there one that comes to mind where you're like, oh, this one really helped me?
I'm reading right now. Well, it's an audiobook. It's how to. I don't remember the title, but
What is it about?
it's about how to um, make people engage with you. So social relations are really important, like super important. It's how I build my things, through social connections,
people.
like people,
Right.
people. They are people. They are not. My patients are people. They are not that. Oh, there's a patient with a crown. There's a patient with a veneers. There's a
They're
patient
not
with
veneers and
Invisalign.
crowns.
No,
They're like
no.
humans
They are
that have
humans. Yes.
challenges that you can help them
Yes.
overcome. Yeah.
Yes. Is how they are. I build wonderful relationships with them. I want to know a little bit more. I'm always nosy about how are you?
You're
What
curious.
do you do?
You love people.
Curious.
That's what it comes down to, right?
I love to do that.
Yeah.
They already know I have a daughter. Where is she going to school? What is she doing? Because it's just I love to chat. It's like it's awesome talking, building relationships, and that's really important.
And I'm sure they love the fact that you care enough about them to open up, because I've seen lots of different dentists and doctors just over my lifetime, and a lot of people want to get in there and get out, which there's nothing wrong with that.
Yes.
But when you have a human connection to somebody, you fall in love with them and you care and you get excited when you see them, and it just makes your day so much better if you become that person to them. And so the fact that you've opened yourself up so much to allow that to happen with all your patients, I think is a beautiful thing.
Thank you. Yeah, I love it. I love just to I always talk as a team, Are we ready to floss? Are we doing this one together? And some patients look at me like, wait, it's me. It's not we, but I'm a team. I'm
like, listen, I'm your cheerleader.
Yes.
I'm your instructor. I'll show you how to do it, and I will cheer for you.
I always do. I always do my 20%, but you are doing your 80%. We're a team. We're here, together in this. So it's how I work.
I love that.
Yeah, I love it.
So before we wrap up, is there anything specifically that you're like, I really want to share this with the world?
Okay.
That's a big question.
Yes, it is a really good question. I want to share with the world that I'm so passionate about what I'm doing, that I love doing dentistry, and I love doing just connect with people.
I think that's been very evident.
Yes, I just love it. I love there again some days, and then it's not too pleasant that if you meet someone and is seated in your chair, and then it's not you, but I hate the dentist.
But
it's
the
not
same
you.
thing.
Okay.
With pictures. So I get it. It's not you, but I absolutely hate the camera.
No. Yeah, it's just so they are in charge of just repeating that to you over and over and over and over. And it used to be a little harsh for me, but then I embrace it again. Embrace it. That would be a good advice. Embrace it.
You know what I say now?
Yeah.
Is when people come in and I see them start to say it, I know, I get it. You hate the camera. You hate getting your pictures taken. I'm not going to take any good pictures of you. I've heard it all. And they'll be like, oh. I'm like,
wait.
But the people that say that come back again and again, so you're in good hands. Yeah. And so they're like, oh, okay. Like they can't say it again because I just said it all for them. So you could be the dentist for people, not that you get a lot of these types of patients, but I am the dentist for people who hate coming to the dentist.
Oh.
And so then when they come in, they're like, you're the person for me. And I don't have to tell you because you already know.
That's a good one. I love it. Love it. I will try to do it.
So embrace it. That's
Yes, embrace it. That's the main thing. Just you don't know what is happening with this person. And then patients come to my office. They are super stressed, anxious, and I get it because they hear or that happen that really bad things happen to them, that just bad
life.
situations.
Yeah.
Yes. So I understand. Now it's like it's a challenge to
Yeah.
me. I'm like, I'm gonna help the patient break the chain,
Yeah.
because your grandparents told
yeah.
you and all the experience. So this is a challenge to me. And I said, and I love it. I talk to them. They are super nervous, super anxious. And then 7 minutes later, they laugh. We smile, we laugh, we joke. And then it just, everybody in the territory, everybody in the practice listen that we are laughing. They go out to the front desk. They do the next, appointment. They're happy. I've never thought this this is gonna be a good experience. They said,
And
I'm
they
like,
changed it.
yes, I did it.
You
see,
embraced
I
it.
conquered.
They embraced
Yes,
it. And boom.
yes.
Thank you so much for being on the podcast. I had such an amazing time talking with you and learning about not just your love story, but your overall story.
Thank you so much for having me. It was fun, amazing. I didn't.
You didn't cry too much either.
No, I didn't. I told you I needed a tissue
Didn't even
paper.
touch the box.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome.
Thank you.